The Nintendo 64, now considered a retro console, was a pioneer in 3D gaming compared to its other competitors of the time. In its lifetime, it lasted from 1996 to 2002. And with 296 games on the North American roster, I wondered, what are the worst games in the Nintendo 64 library? In this video, I'll be looking at 5 games that are considered bad, terrible, and wished by many to join the ET Atari burial grounds. Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker came out in 2000 and is based on the movie of the same name. Playing as Terry, aka Batman, you are sent into a side-scrolling beat-em-up adventure with 5 acts and are tasked to defeat the Joker. Each act is a different stage that goes through Gotham Air and Space, Wayne Enterprise Building, Arkham Asylum, Tim Drake's Laboratory, and Jolly Jack's Candy Factory. Its bosses include Bonk, Woof, Ghoul, and the Joker in the same order as the stages, with no boss in the laboratory. This game received lots of negative feedback and is often put in many other gaming reviewers' top 10 worst games for the Nintendo 64. You can choose between 4 different fighting styles in the game. I found my favorite to be nimble and defensive. And, well, my first impression of the game was... bad. It was bad. I sort of found some charm in it, but it was really down to how fast you could press the A button or B button, then how fast you could press the A button and dodge the overhealthed enemies that are in the later half of the game. I ended up turning cheats on for the late game, since it had such a disgusting health curve, and the game also has a very lame ending. Carmageddon 64 released in late 1999 for the N64 and was basically listed as the most badass car game of the time. The game starts you off with a 5-paragraph lore essay that tells of the catastrophic effects of Red Friday on June 6, 2026, so mark that day in the future, which caused racers in old Detroit to escape to climate emulation centers to protect themselves from the toxic solar activity and zombification from the solar overexposure. The cure to this madness? Racing and running over zombies for fun! There are 3 total racetracks and 2 drivers to choose from. Of course I picked Diana as my racer and got to racing. My experience felt like everything was on ice. The NPC racers could barely control themselves, and my brain started to get moldy by the second track.
Bob, there's shrimp on sale in the next exit.
Shrimp on sale at this hour. How convenient. I'm gonna take the next exit. Close one. I am going to Parallel Park. Alright, shrimp family, who wants some shrimp?
I love shrimp.
Oh yeah, more racing. But this time, it's with monster trucks. There's some really cool monster trucks in this game. I decided to go with the Outsiders, Snakebite, and the Gravedigger. With how badass this game wants to be and how diverse the tracks can get with the time of day and the weather, the controls are so clunky, slippery, and will flip your car over if you run over any wrong polygon angle. You would assume that in a racing game, B means backwards, but in Monster Truck Madness for the N64, pulling your control stick down means backwards. Pressing B is somewhat of a drift mechanic that nearly turns you 90 degrees in whatever way you want to turn. This game was really bad. I wanted it to be fun, but I just can't. The only time I could control my monster truck was when I picked up the green jetpack item. The other items don't really have a good purpose besides fucking you over. Also, every time I completed a race, the game would just crash, so I would have a soft reset.
Welcome to Neo America, citizen.
Getting into the fighting genre, BioFreaks released in 1998 and has a unique style of characters, to say the least. You could actually rip your opponent's limbs off mid-fight to give yourself more of an advantage. I'm not the best in arcade-style fighting games, or fighting games really in general, but I think I did pretty okay with how weird the controls are set. The N64 is famous for having the most weird controller in gaming, and to get decent combos, you would be traveling back and forth with your thumb at crazy speeds to match the CPUs. It did feel delayed by inputs overall. I did like some of the character designs, and the voiceovers were just silly enough to get a little chuckle in. It's still pretty bad, though. The famous Superman 64. You've known of it, your friends know it, your uncle knows it, everyone knows this game is bad. But how bad?
Then there's no time to waste.
Oh, it's bad. Superman, you, are tasked with flying through rings to get to different points of interest on the map, and then get tasked with saving civilians or defeating enemies. This game is bad. This game is so bad, it's almost impossible to make a game this bad. It's so hard to fly, it's so weird to fight, and I don't often get stuck in games, but I got stuck in this specific part in Superman 64 where you have to blow the tornadoes away. With how clunky the controls are, I could not get rid of the tornadoes fast enough, and I ended up quitting. But Did you know there's a beta version of Superman 64? It does, in fact, get even more unplayable.
This looks like a job for Superman.
Well, that was 5 garbage N64 games. I have a good handful of other bad N64 games that I want to play in the future. And to anyone that got these games for Christmas, a birthday, or a holiday, I'm so sorry.